So, a little birdie told me that you are not enjoying video games anymore. I'm hearing that you simply can't engage with them like you used to, and that all games suck now and you just can't bring yourself to sink back into that gaming chair and enjoy these unbelievable experiences. But, you see, another birdie told me that you feel like something is missing here, and that you're not quite ready to give up video games. Because you see, the first birdie that talked to me was your inner adult, and he or she was claiming that you have too much going on in your life, and that everything seems mundane, and that games just don't feel the same way as they used to when you were a kid. Valid, but I wanted to hear the other very cheery, jovial, and imaginative birdie out first, and I even had trouble getting a word in edgewise when talking to them. The way they wish you would just let go and unleash those adult-like shackles and escape into those immersive worlds that you won't admit you loved and you still love. The same worlds that brought you to new horizons, that brought you to meet new friends, and that even brought a tear to your eye from time to time. Can you guess who this little birdie was? I'll give you a hint.
No escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all. Show yourself. You're freed.
So, now that I've got your inner child listening again, and you've finally dropped those cumbersome adult life weights off your shoulders, I would be so happy and honored to help you, the quote-unquote boring and serious and too good for video games adult, step back into those realms that you can't seem to let go. Otherwise, why the hell would you have clicked on this video? Okay, I know my thumbnails may have gotten prettier, but that's besides the point. The last thing I'll say before getting into the actual two-step process to enjoying games again is that I really do want you to focus your full attention on what I'm saying in this video. Do not worry about subscribing or liking or any of that. My only mission with this is for you to hopefully get back into the long-forgotten hobby that you're just having a bit of a rocky relationship with right now. So, grab a coffee or some tea or your relaxing drink or snack of choice, and let's get into how you can enjoy video games like a kid again. So, typically when I hear about people who've lost their interest in gaming, and even when I went through this myself for a good while, I remember the problem always stemming from mental distraction. And it's tough, especially with the increase in phone usage and social media and yada yada yada. It can be tough to have the mental space and capacity to fully immerse yourself in a video game. And we all have the power to escape fully into our imagination. I just think that we don't quite focus on keeping that power as sharp or as fine-tuned as we get older. And the first step in this process is to create the best possible space physically that will allow your imagination to operate at its fullest. We always talk about actual aspects within video games being immersion breaking, whether that be an out-of-character moment, or glitchiness, or even cringy dialogue. But, and I don't know if anyone else is guilty of this, the most immersion-breaking things are those from outside of the video game that pull our attention. This comes in the form of checking your phone during cutscenes, or talking to somebody who walks in the room, or even having other things that you have to do intermittently during your gameplay, like doing laundry or chores and stuff. So the first step is to actually clear your schedule for game time and do not allow in any phone usage or chores or outside influence, just you and your game. If this sounds daunting, I'd like to reassure you of something. This does not have to be a long amount of gameplay. This can be just 20 or 30 mindful minutes of gaming in your day. And I promise that you will actually feel more involved in your games as you practice this over and over again, rather than playing in the same hollow fashion that you usually do when you're there, but you're not really there. And this will segue us into our next and final step, which is well, now that you've created that physical space, and you're about to boot up your console or PC or whatever you play on, it's now time to create a mental space for your session. And how do you create this mental space? I'll actually guide you through it. If you can, I'd like you to actually turn off the lights in your room. And I want you to find a comfortable position, or a chair, or even a cushion. And I want you to slowly close your eyes. And I'd like you to take a few deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay. Now I want you to picture you in your favorite game right now. It can be any game. For me, I'm thinking of sailing the blue seas in Wind Waker, but whatever you choose is fine. What does the world look like? What can you see? Do you see your favorite characters there? What are they up to today? Can you smell anything in particular? What do you hear? Are you eating maybe one of your favorite foods that you've always been dying to try from this game? What does it taste like? As you wrap up your time here, and you say goodbye to everyone in the world, how do you feel? Is there sadness, enjoyment, excitement? As you say your final farewells, I'd like you slowly to come back into your body. Feeling your back rest against the cushion, the weight of your body pulling you down. Take another few deep breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And slowly open your eyes. congratulations. You've just done your first, what I'd like to call, pre-game meditation. I like to do this before I game sometimes because it helps to not only quiet the mind, but also kind of rev up my imagination so that I can be fully present in the adventure and worlds that I'm about to enter. I also find that it even helps to settle my body down for gaming, especially if I've had a tense day from work, which is definitely at play in my daily life as a firefighter. If you give this practice an honest go each time before you game, even for just a few moments, I can almost promise that you will have a much more immersive, imaginative, and breathtaking gaming experience. All in all, I really hope that these things help you. There's nothing that makes me sadder than hearing people lose interest in their imaginative and creative interests that they had when they were kids. Don't get me wrong, I do accept that we have to grow up and take responsibility and do all those things, but I don't buy that we have to drop our inner child along the way. We can bring them with us and be present with them, one game at a time, one adventure at a time, one breath at a time. Happy gaming.